Greetings and welcome to the final week of our online course in the Gospel of Matthew. Just a brief words to orient you toward this week. We've completed up through the parables, chapter 13 of Matthew, going chapter by chapter. And this week I just wanted you to have a brief sampling of two other very important passages in Matthew. First of all, chapter 16, verses 13 through 28, which is the passage relating to Caesarea Philippi, the confession of Peter at Caesarea Philippi, "You are the Christ," and in Matthew's Gospel adding the words, "the Son of the living God." And then the interaction with Peter by Jesus that in Matthew's Gospel once again has the first and one of only two mentions of the church in the Gospels, in the four Gospels. One of the only places the word church appears is here in chapter 16, in the dialogue between Jesus and Peter, and then in chapter 18. And it follows then in the teaching on discipleship by Jesus that if anyone wants to be my disciple, they must take up their cross and follow me. Then the second passage, the final four verses, the so-called Great Commission, the final three verses. Just want you to be exposed to what the commentaries say about those passages. Do note in the Great Commission that the word go is not an imperative in the Greek text. It's part of the dependent clause and most correctly translated when you go or as you go since you go, make disciples of all nations. So that making disciples is the key and the only imperative that comes at the end of that gospel. I hope there'll be a little bit of insight in these two samplings, and that this will be the launching pad for you to study in the Gospel of Matthew more and more. Indeed, I would hope you would join me in making this a project of the rest of your life, and that you would have many opportunities to delve in a little more deeply and to do preaching and teaching from this gospel. It's a fascinating book. Just by way of reminder, there'll be the final sort of interaction in which you summarize and respond to what you thought were the key things in your reading on the commentaries from this passage. This is the final week in which to turn in your ministry application project. And then the final project is the Love book report. Hope this has been a good course for you. I've enjoyed being a part of it and wish you well in your future. Thank you.